Did you know pollution happens when harmful things are added to our environment? There are different types of pollution, like water, land, and air pollution. Water pollution happens when harmful things like trash, sewage, or chemicals are added to our rivers, lakes, and oceans. This can hurt the fish, frogs, and other living things that live in the water. Some of them might not be able to survive if the water is too polluted. Can you think of some ways people can cause water pollution? Land pollution happens when harmful things are added to the land. When people litter or dump waste, it can hurt the soil and the animals that live there. Then there's air pollution. This happens when we burn rubbish or when smoke comes out from cars and factories. This kind of pollution can make the air dirty and can be harmful to us and other living things. Now, can you think of some things we can do to stop land and air pollution? Remember, every little bit helps when it comes to taking care of our planet.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Okay.
Morning. Thank you all for being here today. We have gathered as a cross-functional panel because our environmental responsibilities are no longer just about regulatory compliance. They are about ensuring the longevity of our business, the health of our workforce, and well-being of the communities around us. Today's goal is to critically assess how our manufacturing operations are contributing to environmental pollution, examine why these issues persist, and propose clear, achievable solutions that we can implement moving forward. Sustainability is not just a corporate buzzword, it's a commitment. As laws become more stringent and public awareness increases, we are expected not only to meet legal standards, but to exceed them. With that, let's start by identifying the pollutants we generate and their sources. I will hand it over to our manufacturing manager, Haikal.
Thanks, Alvin.
Yes.
From the manufacturing floor perspective, the environmental impact is real and it comes from multiple sources. Let me begin with air pollution. The combustion system we use, whether for heating, drying, or powering equipment, release particulates like nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, and carbon monoxides. On top of that, our paint booth and solvent-based operations emit volatile organic compounds. Why does this happen? Well, in many cases, it is because the burners are not properly tuned and the exhaust system are outdated or overwhelmed. These are preventable issues, but they persist due to a lack of regular maintenance and investment. Now, about water pollution, our processed water is frequently contaminated with heavy metals, oil residues, and organic solvents. Unfortunately, not all of this water undergoes through treatments. In some cases, effluent are discharged into drainage systems that feed into local rivers. This has the potential to seriously damage aquatic ecosystem and violate environmental discharge standards. When it comes to solid waste, the biggest issue is with such byproducts of our wastewater treatment systems. These are often stored in open areas without proper liners or secondary containment, meaning toxic substance can easily leach into the soil, especially during rainstorms or when there is a spill. Finally, we must acknowledge noise pollution. Machines like stamping press and grinders operate throughout the day at high intensity, generating constant noise, often over 90 decibels. This is not just uncomfortable for workers, it affects their long-term hearing health and even creates tensions with neighboring residential areas. These pollution types are not isolated problems, they interconnect and they all point to gaps in how we manage our environmental impacts. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to Kishore.
Okay, thank you so much, Haikal. So, efficiency. Many of our machines, especially the combustion units, are outdated. They are operating far below optimal efficiency, resulting in incomplete combustion. This directly increases our output of soot, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen sulfur oxides. Upgrading these systems could immediately lower our air pollution levels. On the water side, the situation is equally challenging. We are still using one screw cooling system in several operations. This type of setup draws in clear water, lets lets it interact with process contaminants, and then discharges it without recirculation. It's an inefficient practice both in terms of water usage and pollution load. Our waste storage system also need serious attention. Sludge is often stored in areas without leak detection, without proper lining, and in some cases, without adequate protection from weather. A single spill or overflow could result in significant contamination of surrounding soil and potentially groundwater. And then there's noise pollution. Most of our presses and grinders are not fitted with acoustic enclosures or vibration damping system. These devices can reduce noise dramatically, but because we haven't prioritized noise control, the issue continues to affect both workers and local communities. But here's what I believe is the biggest problem. We do not have a formal environmental management system in place. Without a system like ISO 14001, we are flying blind. We may collect monitoring data, but we don't act it consistently. There's no feedback loop. Problems get noted but rarely fixed. If we are serious about reducing our environmental footprint, we need both technological upgrades and systematic environmental governance. Next, I pass it to the regulatory affairs officer.
Thank you, Kesha. Now, let me speak about the implication of failing to act on these environmental issues. First, let's talk about health and safety. Airborne pollutants, especially fine particulate and VOCs, are linked to serious respiratory illness. These pollutants don't just affect the people living around the facility, they also put our own worker at risk. When we ignore this, we are risking long-term health claim and absenteeism due to illness. With water pollution, the effect can be devastating. Discharging contaminated water into rivers can kill aquatic life, disrupt ecosystem, and introduce toxic substance into the food chain. Bioaccumulation is a real threat. not just to fish, but to people who consume them. Now the rigorous. Environmental authorities have the power to enforce fines, halt operation, or revoke license if we are found to be non-compliant. These penalties are increasing every year. Just one serious violation can lead to production delays, legal fees, and reputational loss. Speaking of which, let's not underestimate the public image angle. Communities today are more informed and more vocal. If pollution can't continue unchecked, we risk damage our reputation, not just locally, but even among customers, investors, and partners. We don't want to be labeled as a polluter. And finally, there are remediation costs. Cleaning up soil or water contamination is not cheap. If we wait until the damage is done, the cleanup cost can be millions, and that's on top an illegal or medical compensation we might have to pay. Prevention is cheaper than cure. We need to act now. Now, we pass back to our moderator, Alvin.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone. So now what we learned are the problems are clear and so are the risks. But I believe we can solve these if we combine engineering upgrades with a robust management system. First of all, here's a breakdown of the action plan I'm proposing. Firstly, air pollution control. Retrofit all emission stacks with high efficiency cyclones and wet scrubbers. Then, replace all outdated burners with low sulfur monoxide combustion systems. Secondly, water and effluent treatment. The transition to closed loop cooling system to reduce water use and contamination. Then upgrade our wastewater treatment to include chemical precipitation, pH neutralization, and possibly membrane filtration. Thirdly, solid waste and soil protection. All sludge storage areas must be equipped with impermeable liners, secondary containment, and real-time leak sensors. Then establish a comprehensive spill response plan that is regularly drilled and reviewed. Fourthly, noise management. Install acoustic enclosures and vibration isolation mounts on noisy equipment. Then implement regular noise assessments and provide PPE to affected employees. And lastly, environmental management system to begin the process toward ISO 14001 certification, which is ISO 140001. This system will standardize how we collect and act on monitoring data. Then institutionalize continuous improvement and internal auditing. Lastly, build transparency into our environmental performance. By doing this, we are not just reacting to problems, we are preventing them. We are turning compliance into a culture and environmental care into a business strength. Then I pass to Haikal.
I fully support these directions if we can prioritize these upgrades and build the MS frameworks. We will not improve environmental standards, but also increase operational efficiency. It's a win-win. What about you, Kisha?
I agree, but we must ensure that this isn't a one-time push. We need ongoing training, budget allocation, and leadership commitment to maintain and improve our environmental standards year after year. What about you, Shazwan?
Shazwan, are you there?
Shazwan? Shazwan?
Your mic.
So I'm very sorry for Shazwan. I think we have a technical issues. So I can talk about from point of Shazwan point of view, which is a regulatory officer. That also commit to transparent reporting internally and to regulators. If we are open about our challenges and progress, we will build stronger trust with the public and regulatory bodies alike. So lastly, thank you all. This has been a productive and eye-opening session. Let's take this momentum and turn it into action. By investing in better technology, clear system, and strong leadership, we can create a safer, cleaner, and more respected operation. Let's move forward together. And thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Welcome.
you.